Every year, Apple says the same thing.
These are the best iPhones we've ever created. The best iPhones we've ever created. These are the best and most capable iPhones we've ever made.
But is that really true? Let's see the evolution of all the iPhone Pro models. The iPhone 11 series introduces the Pro branding to Apple's lineup for the first time. From a hardware standpoint, Apple delivers a Super Retina XDR OLED display measuring 5.8 inches and 6.5 inches respectively, alongside a new processor, the A13 Bionic, which is significantly more efficient and more powerful than the previous generation. Additionally, the Pro Max model features a fairly large battery, where the A13 Bionic chip and the third-generation Neural Engine operate more efficiently, enabling up to 4 to 5 additional hours of usage compared to the models from the previous year. However, the real shift happens on the camera side. For the first time on an iPhone, Apple introduces a triple camera system consisting of a wide sensor, an ultra-wide sensor, and a telephoto sensor. On top of that, it also brings the audio zoom feature, which synchronizes sound with video zoom, as well as a 12-megapixel front-facing camera capable of recording slow-motion video, a feature Apple branded as Slow-Fees. At the same time, Night Mode represents Apple's first serious implementation for low-light photography, delivering fairly solid results in nighttime conditions. 1 year later, Apple introduces the iPhone 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max, bringing a redesigned look with flat edges. The display remains a Super Retina XDR OLED, built with what Apple calls ceramic shield, offering up to 4 times better drop performance. Screen sizes increase, with the Pro Max reaching 6.7 inches, making it the largest iPhone up to that point. At the same time, Apple increases the base storage capacity to 128 GB, with options going up to 512 GB. On the inside, Apple introduces the new A14 Bionic processor, the first 5nm chip in a smartphone. This generation also marks the introduction of 5G. On the camera side, Apple keeps the triple 12-megapixel camera system, but significantly improves it, with greater optical zoom and an expanded night mode. A completely new addition is the LiDAR sensor, enabling much faster autofocus, especially in low-light conditions, while also delivering a more precise experience in augmented reality applications. At the same time, Apple introduces HDR video recording and Dolby Vision directly from the camera. The iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max are practically identical to their predecessors, but slightly thicker and heavier, mainly due to the larger battery and the improved camera system. A new generation brings a new processor, the A15 Bionic, delivering a boost in both performance and efficiency. However, one of the most important upgrades is battery life, which, thanks to the larger battery and optimizations, allows the iPhone 13 Pro Max to deliver up to 2.5 hours more usage compared to the previous generation. The display remains a Super Retina XDR, but for the first time on an iPhone, Apple introduces ProMotion technology, enabling an adaptive refresh rate of up to 120 Hz. The camera system remains a triple 12-megapixel setup, but it is significantly improved. The wide and ultra-wide cameras are redesigned to capture more light, resulting in better performance in low-light conditions. For the first time, macro photography is introduced, allowing focus at very close distances. On the video side, Apple introduces Cinematic Mode, a system that simulates depth of field and allows shifting focus between subjects, even after the footage has been recorded. Before we continue, this video is sponsored by iCareFone, and it's actually very relevant, because if you're using an iPhone, you already know how quickly storage fills up, especially with ProRAW photos or 4K video. iCareFone is a tool for Apple devices that helps you transfer, manage, and organize all types of files with ease, from photos and videos to albums and other data. One of its key strengths is file transfer. You can quickly move multiple files at once, including more than 10 types of data, between iPhone, Android, and PC, fully cross-platform. On the organization side, you can sort your gallery, manage files, and compress large photos or videos to free up storage. You also get a smart cleanup feature for quickly removing unnecessary files, while the photo screening function automatically detects similar images. The interface is simple and easy to use. And on top of that, you also get backup and restore options, along with tools for fixing common iOS issues. Overall, it's a complete tool for managing an iPhone, especially if you want more control over your files. If you want to try it, follow the link in the description of this video and download the iCareFone app directly from the App Store. With the iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max, Apple keeps the overall design, but introduces some of the most noticeable changes in recent years. The most important one is the removal of the notch and the introduction of Dynamic Island, a user interface element that integrates the front-facing camera and sensors into an interactive area for notifications, calls, or live activities. Since the iPhone 12 series, the display size remains the same, but for the first time it gains an always-on display and can reach up to 2000 nits of peak brightness outdoors. However, on the camera side, we see a major leap. Apple introduces a new 48-megapixel main sensor, delivering more detail and greater processing flexibility while still maintaining the triple camera system with optical zoom similar to the previous generation. The Pro models in the iPhone 15 series bring some of the most important hardware changes in recent years. The most noticeable one is the switch to a titanium design, which reduces weight and allows for thinner bezels around the display without changing the screen size. On the inside, Apple introduces the new A17 Pro processor, a 6-core chip built on a 3nm process, delivering a significant performance boost, including on the graphics side, where it supports technologies such as ray tracing. The camera system remains based on a 48-megapixel main sensor, but the difference appears in the telephoto. The Pro Max model gets a 5x optical zoom with a new tetraprism design, while the Pro variant remains at 3x. In addition, Apple introduces the ability to record spatial video designed for the Vision Pro. On the connectivity side, Apple finally drops Lightning and switches to USB-C. Another new element is the Action button, which replaces the classic silent switch and can be customized for different functions. After a long time, Apple increases the display sizes on the iPhone 16 Pro and iPhone 16 Pro Max models. The screens grow to 6.3 inches on the Pro model and 6.9 inches on the Pro Max, while maintaining the Super Retina XDR technology but with thinner bezels. Apple also introduces a new dedicated button called Camera Control, which makes access to photo and video features much faster and more intuitive. On the inside, Apple brings the A18 Pro processor, built on a 3nm process featuring a 16-core neural engine, specifically designed for the new Apple Intelligence features. On the camera side, Apple introduces a new 48-megapixel sensor called the Fusion Camera, which enables 4K video recording at 120 frames per second in Dolby Vision, as well as spatial content capture for the Vision Pro. In addition, the audio system is improved with the introduction of 4 studio-quality microphones, enabling spatial audio recording and more advanced post-capture audio editing. Internally, Apple redesigns the phone's structure to accommodate a larger battery, resulting in improved battery life. With the iPhone 17 Pro series, Apple introduces some of the most significant upgrades in recent years, especially in camera capabilities and sustained performance. We get a new design, along with a unibody aluminum construction with integrated cooling, helping both heat dissipation and battery efficiency. First, Apple brings the new A19 Pro processor paired with 12 GB of RAM and a vapor chamber cooling system. Apple claims sustained performance is up to 40% better compared to the previous generation. The display keeps the same size with 120 Hz per motion, but increases in brightness up to approximately 3000 nits. However, the camera is the biggest change. For the first time, Apple uses 3 48-megapixel sensors on the rear, and the new telephoto with a tetraprism design reaches 8x optical zoom, the highest ever on an iPhone. On the video side, the iPhone delivers 4K at 120 frames per second in Dolby Vision, bringing it very close to professional cameras. The front-facing camera is also upgraded to 18 megapixels with center stage. And a new feature, Dual Capture, allows simultaneous recording with both the front and rear cameras. So, from the very first iPhone Pro to the latest models, the evolution is clear, and each generation has brought something new. But in the end, is Apple really making the best iPhone every year, or are the differences smaller than they seem? What do you think? If you enjoyed this kind of video, make sure to subscribe to our channel, and if you give us a like and leave a comment, it really helps us out. Thank you.